Imagine living your entire life so deeply connected to someone that even your final breath is shared. Now imagine choosing to leave the world together by your own decision. The story of Alice and Ellen Kessler, the world-famous Kessler twins, is one of glamour, devotion, and unbreakable sisterhood. But behind their legendary careers and dazzling smiles, a quiet, heartbreaking truth remained hidden. The shocking reason they decided to end their lives at the same time. Their final choice stunned the world, leaving fans asking the same haunting question: why would two beloved sisters choose death over life? Today, we uncover the emotional, controversial, and deeply human story behind the Kessler twins' tragic final decision. Alice and Ellen Kessler were more than just identical twins. They were icons. Born in 1936, the sisters stepped into the performing world at a very young age, dancing, singing, and enchanting audiences across Europe. Their elegance, talent, and perfect synchronization made them international stars. From TV shows to grand stages, the Kessler twins became symbols of class and beauty, adored by millions. For decades, they entertained the world, always together, always inseparable. Their bond was not just emotional, it was almost spiritual. They lived together, worked together, traveled together, and practically shared one life. Those who knew them personally said they had an unspoken communication, a connection that felt impossible to break. Even as they aged, their love and dependence on each other only deepened. They never married, they never had children. Their relationship as sisters was their entire universe. But after stepping away from the spotlight, life slowed down for the twins. They were no longer the shining performers the world saw on stage. Behind closed doors, they were two elderly women facing the reality of aging, a reality that frightened them more than anything else. They dreaded the idea of one sister dying before the other, the pain of being left behind alone, without the person who had been a part of their every heartbeat, was something neither could imagine surviving. Reports revealed a heartbreaking truth. Alice and Ellen made a pact, a promise that neither would have to grow old alone, sick, or dependent. They believed that as long as they faced the end together, it would be peaceful, even beautiful, just as every chapter of their lives had been. The twins lived in a care home, where staff noticed their declining health, both physically and emotionally. They were still graceful, still kind, but no longer the full-of-life performers the world remembered. Their bodies were aging, their spirits were weakening, and the reality of becoming fragile terrified them. The thought of losing control, of watching each other suffer, was something they simply could not accept. The most devastating moment came when it was discovered that the sisters had taken their own lives through an assisted suicide arrangement, a decision legal in Switzerland under specific medical and ethical guidelines. This revelation shocked their fans and the entertainment world. How could two women who once symbolized joy and vitality choose such an ending? But for the twins, the answer was simple. They wanted to leave the world together, with dignity, on their own terms. Their decision sparked intense debate. Some said it was brave, an act of love and solidarity. Others argued it was tragic and unnecessary. But those who understood their bond realized something deeper. Alice and Ellen had spent 88 years sharing everything: dreams, success, applause, laughter, and pain. To them, dying apart would have been a fate worse than death itself. Their final act was not about giving up. It was about staying together forever. The care home staff later described the twins as peaceful and calm in their final days. There was no panic, no despair, only a mutual understanding that their journey was reaching its natural conclusion. Their departure left a heavy silence behind, a void that even decades of memories couldn't fill. Fans around the world mourned their deaths, but many also saw the profound love in their final choice. The Kessler twins lived in harmony, side by side, and they chose to leave this world the same way, synchronized until the very end. Their story is a reminder of the complexities of aging, companionship, and the human fear of loneliness. It also reveals the extraordinary bond they shared, a bond so strong that even death could not separate them. Alice and Ellen Kessler's lives were filled with music, applause, and beauty, but their final chapter was one of quiet courage and deep emotional truth. They left behind a legacy that will never fade, not just because of their talent, but because of the haunting, powerful question their story leaves behind.